All right, so I mentioned that I had a former champ on hold. Not just a former champ, but a champ dating all the way back to 2002. And out of nowhere, look who we find. At least he told Hawk it was him. I have not picked up the phone yet. I thought that I was talking to Jeff in Southfield earlier, and I wasn't. I'm led to believe that the 2000 Smack-Off champ, Jeff from Richmond, is on hold. There is one way to find out. Jeff, is that you?
Jim, thanks for the vine, and thanks for the time. And as usual, Jim, Jeff from Richmond is here to move the needle. As usual, Jim, Jeff from Richmond is here to elevate the conversation. But most importantly, Jim, Jeff from Richmond is here to positively impact your bottom line, Jim, because as a made man, Jim, with a 20-year chip in this here jungle, I can always guarantee you, the XR4 TI crew, Jim, and of course the morally bankrupt clones, Jim, that anytime you see the name Jeff from Richmond on the marquee, you know, Jim, that business is about to pick up. Jim, I first of all want to say for the record that the level of synergy and cohesiveness between Jim Rome Entertainment LLC and CBS Television, Jim, is outstanding, outstanding. It's very similar, Jim, to the synergy and cohesiveness we see from that world-class toolbox, Matt from L.A., San Quentin from L.A., and that clown suit my man sews himself into every time he calls your program. Memo to Matt from L.A., Pelican Bay from L.A., zip your gap, my man, because every time you call the program, you take all the oxygen right out of the room. Here's the new protocol in my jungle, Matt, and that is this. Anytime you see the name Jeff from Richmond on the marquee, when my name goes up, Matt, your mouth goes shut. And by the way, Matt, how does it feel to get smashed up Luke Gallows style on national television? It doesn't matter how you feel, Matt. Finally, Jim, very quickly, by every measurable standard, Jim, Jeff from Richmond has lived a charmed life. By every measurable standard, Jim, my cup literally runneth over. Look at the facts, Jim. I was born into a life of privilege in the great Commonwealth of Virginia, Jim, the 804. Number two, Jim, I formed a beautiful family unit, as you can see from the best sports photo montage and all of sports entertainment behind you. Number three, Jim, Jeff from Richmond was taught at a very young age, Jim, that hard work is undefeated. And as a result, Jim, I built a state-of-the-art asset management firm from the ground floor over the last 30 years. But, Jim, there's one area I've fallen woefully short, and I want you to listen to this. Every morning, Jim, when I roll out of the rack, I walk into my exclusive walk-in closet, Jim, and it's like a fashion show in there. Armani, Versace, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Prada. But in the left-hand corner of that closet, Jim, there sits and hangs only one coveted green jacket. It's got the Jim Rome logo on it. It's one of my most prized possessions, but it reminds me I've fallen short, Jim. The bottom line is this, Jim. Give me the opportunity in the 25th Great American Smack-Off to bring the most coveted prize in this industry back to its rightful home, Jim, the Commonwealth. Jim, I can get it done. I can get it done. More importantly, Jim, I gotta get it done. And for all you morally bankrupt clones across a fruited plain, I say this to you. Who wants to walk with Jeff from Richmond? Jim, thank you for your time. Aloha means goodbye. War Commonwealth of Virginia. War WWE superstar Carl Anderson and his hot Asian wife. War Adam Hawk reserving a small piece of real estate on the back of his sled to put that 26.2 sticker. War Matt from LA getting his jacked up chiclets fixed by having detailed discussions with actor Steve Buscemi. Wore Logan Rome using copious amounts of hair product to get his lettuce just right. Wore Mr. Automatic J. Stu without the nicks and cuts of a blade. And until next time, Jim, good night now!
Jeff from Richmond. Masterpiece Theater. That Clones is an OG. That Clones is a dude from the old school. That's somebody who won the smack off in 2002. And before you come in and say, right, Rome, that's the call he made in 2002. Elements thereof, but he's evolved, and he did elevate the conversation. And it was damn good to hear him. So good to hear him. You know why you can't just say that was 2002? He incorporated present-day elements of this program into that call. Sure, he went to the tried and true, that when he walked into his state-of-the-art walk-in closet, he saw Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Armani, et al. But he did own it, right? He said, when I look in that one corner, I have come up short in my life in one regard. There's only one green jacket hanging. I need to rectify that. I need to change that. I'm coming to win. He's got a shot now. He's got to get on the air, but I've got a really good feeling that he probably will. Jeff in Richmond, that was a really strong call outside of a smack-off, but within the smack-off season. That was Jeff doing work. That was Jeff from Richmond doing what he does best. And he's right. He did elevate the conversation and had a little something for Matt in L.A., more than a little something for Matt in L.A. So I know Matt in L.A. will call. Matt in L.A. is not going to take that. He'll respond. I'm really curious to see what the reaction is. So you've got some of the new breed, the new school, Matt in Vancouver, Jeff in Southfield. I put their calls up on Facebook this week. See what the reaction is to the OG, Jeff in Richmond. That was a smack-off worthy call. Let's see. Vin tweets, Jeff from Richmond is my hero. Lauren Lee tweets, Jeff from Richmond is the friggin' best. Canadian Hitman tweets, is Jeff in Richmond a writer with WWE? Jake in Buffalo tweets, does being born into a Virginian life of privilege just mean that your parents aren't first cousins? Paulie and Indy, Silk is shocked that Jeff once won a smack off. Jeff is the very definition of polarizing. You either hate his guts or you love him. He's either your hero or you want to fight him. He gets way more reaction. I like that tweet. Silk is shocked that Jeff once won a smack off. It's not at all shocking that Jeff won. It's actually more shocking that he hasn't won another one. Now, when Silk won, that was shocking. And nothing against the bra. I love the bra. But you never looked at Silk going into a smack off saying that's the guy to beat. And he did win. Headstrom Bacon. For those who missed Jeff in Richmond's call, here is the transcript. Jim, 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 Jim. And until next time, Jim, good night now. There was more to it than that, Bacon. Ed Wells in the 360 tweets, bro, Josh in Detroit is a better caller than Jeff in Richmond. This rambling wannabe WWE wrestler needs to leave the jungle for another 10 years. And that's just a bad take, OJ. That's just wrong. Literally wrong. Entirely wrong. Josh in Detroit is not a better caller than Jeff in Richmond. From any criteria that you might use, that's wrong. And no, the jungle would not be better if that guy left for another 10 years. I, for one, as the host of the show, say it's great to have Jeff back. John S. Gale tweets, Jeff has been making that call for 20 years, and it still makes me laugh.